As we are once again alive upon the internet. As yeah, we appear to be. Let's make sure. Actually, we aren't on this end. That's not public. This is public. And yeah, now we are indeed alive upon the internet on both sides, as accidentally had forgotten to set the YouTube side of things to public. But yeah, let's fix now. And yeah, everything looks fine. Bit rates, titles, all those things. And let's make sure this goes over here. Yep. And yeah, these characters are still broken. Yep. Actually, well, let's try character 2 as well. Maybe they've miraculously been fixed, but already after the... I haven't really played today, but I did get the time to kind of log in, and at least this doesn't get stuck on 0%. So, but I'm still kind of locked out of those characters. Ticket hasn't been advanced in any form yet, right? Have it open here somewhere? No. No response yet. Which kind of sucks. Oh, and Heather Bartez. But yeah, that's... Hopefully we'll get that fixed at some point. In the meantime, though, we can... because yeah, I'll need them eventually to kind of go through their builds and, you know, update the build collection and stuff, but for the time being, we'll have to do without them. We still have at least... because yeah, we did character 5 already. Let's continue our work here, just going down the list. Going from 4. Opening all of these. As we just opened a dozen tabs there. Or well, 16 specifically. Let's have them all actually load. Yeah. As it though. Plugin that blocks things loading until I actually click them. And yeah, kind of like yesterday, I want to go through them and just check if anything's missing, if I want to change anything. With character 5, for instance, we did change up 2 builds a little bit, just because I was like, I wanna. So I did. But likely that's going to be... although here likely we'll choose to add a build. Because, yeah, I have a measured assembly now. And I wouldn't mind putting that on the collection. But yeah, let's just start here. This thing's kind of fine as is. That's where my neighbor's dogs is going berserk for some reason. If the mic is catching that. But yeah, this one's fine. Then we have this PFE. And I kind of actually ended up enjoying this PFE. It's definitely not as strong as some, but especially anything that bleeds, it works well against. And yeah, like feel Ridgeway, if we're going to use it somewhere like this is kind of makes sense. So we're going to be in the ranges for it. We can be in the ranges as well because we have the survivability to do so. Yeah, this all looks fine. Nothing I want to change. I think I'm checking for as well is just the names and stuff. Just that we have everything in its place. Heartbreaker Tech Tank. And I have kind of two pictures. One is with the Lexington, one is with the Kingbreaker. And then on this one, yeah, we have the Lexington kind of there. And also an foul as options. What I might take, because we added that same thing to this one. And I might just take the same approach. Actually, yeah, so this would need Lexington on this end. That's Lexington, actually. It's kind of off there. Yeah, we just take this. Basically just to have killer there as well as an option. But I feel now I would want to add flatline as well there. Let's actually do that. To the other ones. Because honestly, although if you wanted to do it perfectly, you would do it a little bit differently. And that is to have a little bit more crit chance. Just drop the crit damage a little bit more, and then especially the thing becomes. And then yeah, let's actually add that here then as well. Oh, this was this. That makes sense. So yeah, so we're adding it here and we're adding it here. Just like that. Anything else I want to change here? Not particularly. I've added grading to this build. Because what is its armor values now? 1.5. Okay. It's fine the way it is here. We don't need a updated build picture with updated armors. Yeah, it's fine. I know, I'll catch up here for a second. So, and hey, the minister, and I'm doing pretty okay. Busy work day though. I've been kind of swamped doing work stuff, but that's all done now. So, and also actually, I've done so much. Likely, I'll be able to either start earlier tomorrow or even do an afternoon or evening kind of afternoon and evening kind of deal tomorrow, which will be fun. I hope to be able to do that. Partially as well, just to get also the build collection kind of done. And then work, yeah, as well on actually, wait, when did? So, although, yeah, so Wednesday, that's Wednesday, right? I need to also make that the short, of course. But, right? How long has this video? I have an idea. So tomorrow I do need to make that short. So, which is going to be essentially exposed. Just as the global events are coming through, I've already like redone all of the main only tips on them, the longer versions, and then I want to make a short for each one as well. So, like, actually, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll have to do that tomorrow, and then we still might be able to jump on earlier. I realize now. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the build collection done, and also, yeah, kind of working on, because actually, yeah, we've done Pakan. The next one up is the global modifier. And then the one after that is likely going to be the build collection updates. Although I also have the DPS tables updates that I could kind of maybe put somewhere just to buy me some time. Because that one's pretty easy. Because the DPS table-wise, not much changed, but I wouldn't mind using that video as kind of a recap of all the other videos, especially on the AR end, kind of like, hey, where did everything land? And then also just reiterating again, like, hey, these are my picks in ARs, these are my picks in this other category. As a common question. We got measured assembly yet? I mean, I've had it, and we really, like in the PTS, kind of did all the testing that I really wanted to do with it. The thing especially with it is, like, where can we use it? Where it, like, really helps out. And I haven't actually played it too much yet, but I'm going to add actually a measured assembly in here. But the other testing of it, of like, if you count as ally, and if, you know, if one person is enough, if you're just missing one core to do both the tier and the overcharge. Well, actually, I'm kind of unsure what the answer to that was. I think it was, right? If you were at 6 and then just somebody else was in your thing, then that was 7, basically. Or, well, that was the overcharge triggered. Yeah, the rest of this is fine. That all looks good. This kind of DZAR thing. I wouldn't mind moving this to the end, which is kind of the thing I have with the other ones as well. But if I'm doing that, I might just do it all together and give up one build as well, and then kind of shift things around. Because actually I could just delete the loadouts with the build picture. We can just move it down by just recreating it, like saving it there, and then we would just change the numbers. I wouldn't mind that, because that's what I've done with character 1. Kind of their PvP build is at the end. I wouldn't mind altering this one to also kind of be a PvP build, like conflict specifically. That's currently it's set up as 52, right? Yeah. That might be an idea. But if it's an idea, let's just do it. Just do it. Because what I was thinking is we add just 1 to every character. That way as well, if in total like 5 slots to on character 1, and then character 3 and 2 and 3 also get 1, and 1 each. And then this one already had 1, but then this moves to the end. Yeah, let's do that. It'll be a little bit of shifting stuff around. At least here it'll be easy, because what we're gonna do is this one becomes 16, and then this becomes 15. This becomes 14. Oh no, so maybe I want to keep Heartbreaker Tech Tank on 4.14. So maybe what's the other one? The blue phi is 5 cores. This is 4 cores. Yeah, we'll actually make where's generally the PFE in comparison to the tech tank? It's usually behind it, right? It's PFE there. It's usually behind it. So then let's move this to 13. Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16. So these have been shuffled. Although yeah, 14 hasn't. 15 then also hasn't, right? That's basically these two are swapping places then. Okay. How's this one in here? Okay, so it's with the bestie. Chance bestie. Okay. Yeah, let's actually rebuild this in the game and hit this. It's annoying that we can't just, you know, fix it more easily. So actually, yeah, so let me look here again. So yeah, 13 is then the PF, oh no, the FI. 14 is tech tank. 15 is PFE and the 16 is here. So that means these two just swap place. Okay. Then I'm gonna load the FI, override it here. Mm, 13 tech blue FI. And then 16 FW PvP what's my naming convention with PvP builds actually? PvP thingy, yeah. So PvP or actually HE PvP. Anyway. Now we're likely going to put a Cheska in there and make it agnostic. Yeah, I need specialization. Yeah, let's actually go fix up this build now. And then also in Nightbot. So 4.1. Was it 13, 13, 14, 15? Yeah, so 13. Let's make it 4.1133 for a second. Just no collision. And then this becomes 4.16. Whose idea was it to have Nightbot have all the commands for this? Oh yeah, me. Although I use them quite often as well, so it's kind of handy to keep them up to date. Yeah, let's go get specialization, change to B, and then rebuild the build, and then save it in that loadout. It's not. Why do I have? Oh, I grab some crayons, of course. Spec. Okay. And also we can give it a rework maybe, because yeah, we'll definitely rework this build, but let's first get it back into its position. Back to how it was. And we'll see the rest in a sec. Do I have a skills? Do I have a shield? Let's go with Stinger Hive and drone. With the right mods in it. Okay. Let's save this loadout. I know. We'll change this build up because yeah, it's still with shield splinter and everything. Like this makes no sense. We'll work on this one in a bit. I'll leave it actually open. But yeah, at least we moved it to the last slot, kind of where the conflict builds are. So, and we'll rework it as well. It's gonna go from a DZ build to a conflict build. So let's lens with each other. No, just some ways of just organizing it beyond just copy pasting or something would be nice as well. This is kill tracker for weapons. Yeah, I kind of like that function in in Destiny, especially. I did notice it. Yeah, just runtime or something with it as well. That would be cool. Also, yeah, I think they just, on the one end as well, it's not a bad, like, this isn't that kind of game, right? Like, where you're staying with one weapon forever. Because I got my famas. Yeah, that would be interesting. And yeah, so let's move on to this thing. Hunter's Fury shotguns. This thing is perfectly fine as is. Still kind of up to date. Weapon buys as well still. Tsunami or like glue. We have both of those as options here. Yeah, Red Eclipse. Build I specifically made actually for old version of Hollywood. Because in the old version of Hollywood, it wasn't jammers. It was just explosives and shock that would start the explosion. So, you know, this kind of made sense. You would just run into the middle of a group and just smack them and blow off their shield. And make them explode. But nowadays doesn't make too much sense anymore. I just haven't gotten rid of it. At some point I should. But also I feel with, you know, it's a red version of an Eclipse. So I kind of like Eclipse. So we have this thing still around. But also it's not too horrendous. Like actually, it's no striker or anything. But it can actually put out a little bit of CC. especially in kind of group settings. Yeah, that one's kind of fine. Triple tick build, we actually gave this upgrade last season anyway. Or, well, recently anyway, with going back to Pestilence from Ireland. Well, actually, that's a while ago, right? That's when the pesty changes happened. Oh, we have all the numbers here, right? Yeah. It's kind of fine. Red Heartbreaker. This is also still kind of fine. Would I still keep the M4 there? It's the only question. How much of a damage difference is it between the M4 and the P416? So I should go here. It's not that big of a difference. What I would want is a P416 in the corner, though. Let's do that. If we have an M4, I want to have a P416 too. Let's grab a custom P416 with flatline. The rest of this looks fine. Yeah. Oh, the Eminence Armaments setup, this just got updated. So this one should be fine. Got all the names in here. Everything's correct there. Yeah. There's another option that I should maybe put in here, which is just this holster together with Fox's Prayer. Because that's kind of the three options that you have. You don't want to have Dutch City, although, well, I would just say have Dutch City. But if you don't want to have it, yeah, you could go IA here and Fox's Prayer. We'll add that later. It's kind of fine because we have the Memento version and this version. Like that one feels kind of so obvious that people can think of that themselves. And there's again though, and I'm doing pretty good. Hope everybody's enjoying their Tuesday so far. There wasn't actually patch notes with anything, right? This was just maintenance, just normal maintenance. The servers at least seem a little healthier. If nothing else, like I wasn't stuck on 0% loading screens for quite a bit. Yeah, no patch notes or anything, so. Oh wow, they have a suggestions thing. Now. I fear for them with what they're gonna get in there. Because yeah, the amount of people that already, even without something like that, are giving their suggestions, and most of them are horrendous. Yeah. Already kind of just scrolling through this is just make everything kind of way OP. The Huntsman AR should have been any other weapon archetype other than an AR. It's a great weapon in this category where the shield splinter already exists. Like, what? What? Like, sir, you're aware that shield splinter hasn't been relevant for like forever? Either increase the damage and rate of fire buff provided by Frenzy or straight up put Frenzy on something outlandish like ACS 12. Like, yeah. This is why you don't take a suggestions channel. Like, Jesus. It's funny to read. Yeah, let's move on to, so this is still exactly like this is one game, right? This is the third drone hybrid. The third row. Everything's still, oh, actually no, it's the combat medic, and then next door to it is the third row. Then we go to the third row. And they share kind of a few pieces. That's where they're kind of side by side. They kind of also share design philosophy. Why do I have two different gifts for this? Oh, because of the memento going in. Right? Because also, yeah, I can go coyote, but if we go coyote, I need that yellow. Should maybe actually just remove that, then I can also get rid of that piece and just always have memento there. Although in group settings, I do like it with the coyote. Yeah, it's fine, as is. Any flaws with it? Not particularly. Let's just a little bit of cleanup. The rest of it looks fine. Foam Eclipse. This one's just a little messy, I feel. Well, that's kind of understandable still, right? Because it just says right side, which is like just a big mess. But yeah, it's just to have a bunch of the skills. Ah, this one's fine. And actually in the recommended folder, do I have it with a BTSU version in here? I must have, right? Yeah. Oh, is the hazard protected? Oh, I don't. Why don't I? Huh, that's odd. Because I should only make a version of this with just the BTSU already in here as just a main picture. And then with like the change stats of that. Although actually it would just be healing hive and foam because you wouldn't take anything else. I'm gonna make a note of that. Eclipse Recom that add BTSU foam var. Let's leave that there. When we get to the recommended folders, yeah, should totally have one in here with the BTS, because I have this one, but this is the hazard protected version. Because we end up running that more anyway nowadays. Yeah, so on to, oh yeah, so we reached this point. This is gonna get completely replaced. Let's actually already do the prep work for this. So this is gonna become how do I do it? I think it's best if I just, we do a fresh start on it. So this just becomes, so this is x.x old. Let's see where this exactly goes. So 25. It's x25. Make a copy of this one. Which slot is that again? 4.04? Yeah, 4.04. Rename. Yeah. Rename MA. How do I? A FI healer? Yeah. It's a MA healer. Measured assembly healer. Yeah, we'll add that in a check. So let's have this picture open. Let's finish off the other side of things and then come back to it. Yeah, glass red. It's kind of fine as is. Yeah. Let's maybe do the red thing here. Yeah. Just having this up there. I've done a bunch of red bills just to remind people that, hey, all the specializations have something. It's not just gunner that exists. Yeah, for the rest of this is fine. All of the things are named correctly. Yeah. This striker, or does this look off already? Not well positioned. Man, this was messy. In like how the angling on everything is and stuff. It's kind of weird. Okay, I would have a palisade piece here. I want to add some more palisade pieces to some of the strikers and stuff, just as in the corner, kind of exactly that, just a mask. Should not backfire to this. Let's put this one back. Should I actually have her backfire? No. Doesn't have her own backfire. Let's actually give her this one. Yeah. Where's the backfire? It's actually just running a backfire with a full red build. No, does it? It works out actually. You would think it wouldn't, but actually works out nowadays. Mostly because it just bleeds you once. Or well, once you get to 100. The rest of this looks fine. Yes. What do we have? Oh, okay, that's for the striker ballistic. I'm like, what is this one firewall doing here? But that's for the striker ballistic shield. The rest of this looks fine. Yeah. Let's fix this. It bothers me. We just did a piss poor job of placing the stats. That doesn't need to be that messy. Same here, kind of. The holster. Because I was in a hurry. But future IKEA is here to fix past IKEA's issues. As one does. So nothing changed, but just to make them look a little cleaner. So why do I have an optimized glove here still? You would think I would have found a full glove at some point. Because I kind of just didn't think that any of these strikers still needed beautification. Yeah. So that one's fine. And lastly, but not leastly, Negotiator. And this is then with Vigilance Backpack. Honestly, I'd be okay giving up having the Vigilance, this version. But we also already have the other version, because we have this one as well. This Negotiator. Actually, let's have both of them have the same. We just delete that, and then from this one, just take that and just have it be the same on both. Easy peasy. The rest of this looks fine. I should add caretaker to this, right? Yeah, let's add in caretaker just to start having some of them in the collection. Oh, did the project end? Check that in a second. Then as well, take this and put it back on this as well. Maybe as well. I'm gonna take this caretaker and stick it. What was the class red? Yeah. Yeah, let's actually take out the bullet king. Hello. And let's put in a caretaker. Because I will sprinkle a few caretakers through the collection here and there to make definitely a lot of sense. At least for AR builds. Okay. So yeah, we're left with 416 and 404. You should just leave 404 empty, right? 404 build not found. Just. Yeah, do I optimize this thing up? Or do I feel I can get better pieces? It's just the backpack really, right? And the mask. Like I have it here. Yeah, the mask is already pretty close anyway. Let's actually optimize that one up. And the backpack. Oh yeah, that's the setup that I have. I could go and grab the other setup from the other character. The one that I have on this character so far is that's going to be expensive. I might just go and grab the other one and try to get a better one. Let me catch up here for a second. Palisades are good indeed. I like it a lot as well, just for running around. Negotiator has a backfire, would be with season modifier, should work pretty well. I mean, anything will. You can, yeah, add in some hazard. I mean, Umbra would also, Negotiator would. Striker already does. You could make worthwhile versions of it, especially with hazard protection and the extra crit from this season. Indeed. Although for today, it's mostly just build pictures and such. Oh shit, I can't, of course. I can't log into that character. God damn it. Because there's character 2 that has the setup that I could go and borrow just for the build picture here. How much backpack resources do I have? Definitely not enough for this. Also, that will be like super expensive. Let's see if we can make a better one just quickly. Oh yeah, it's a setup, so it's not an easy one to get. Yeah, let's try though. Might get lucky. Although what I could do as well is if I get one that is just blue core, because we can keep the blue core. So we could keep the blue core on something like this. Although this is also like way too expensive still. You know what, let's hang on to it for a second. Sounds about the same. Because actually that could be a good use here anyway. We could keep the core blue and then it doesn't matter as much. I have to remove all the yeah. Striker has, I assume the chest culture and striker mask can be swapped. It's one of the front chest pieces. Oh yeah, that piece could be anywhere. Like that Cheska piece could be any of the other. You would want to keep the backpack, but yeah, it could be holster, glove, knee pads, mask, any of those. In general, if it isn't a named piece or something, and it isn't like shut out of a certain slot because of named piece or something, yeah, you can just swap it around. Escape button on my mouse is still a little wonky. Actually, there I was just trying to long press it to make it. Yeah, let's deconstruct on these over here. Those two that I had there aren't too expensive. Do I have any other? Because what does character 3 have nowadays? Because they have no, of course, yeah. God damn it. So annoying being locked out of some of the characters. Yeah. I hope support can help me and get it fixed soon as well. Because it's been going on since last Wednesday, so tomorrow it'll be a week. What is your statement about using pistol 93R for 113 tech tank instead of card 45? The 93R isn't really usable. It's way too jumpy. It is in actual play, it just doesn't work out really. At least I feel. Also, I don't think it's actually doing that great burst and sustain wise. Let's have a peek. Because yeah, you can actually maybe we need to actually change this as well now. I realize. Also, actually, while we're here, why didn't I change these? There we go. Wait, have I not? Because I'm pretty sure I changed it on all of the LMG stuff and before. Did I not change it here either? God damn it. But I've been forgetting to update these. They were still on grade 27. Yeah, here still as well. Even though we're using grade 30 numbers. The pistol one we actually maybe need to update because it's based on the old version of that build. So I fix these. Oh yeah, these are 25s just because of that's what I had, so we needed to check it against. But basically, in this is the thing, and yeah, I think actually even in burst it's behind, right? It's quite a bit behind as well on burst and on sustain, and it handles worse. So, oh, actually, yeah, I'm not showing it, but I was going through the burst things. I'll link the DPS table here as well. But actually, the pistol one is kind of based on the old version of that build without imminence armaments, so you can kind of base a lot of decisions off of that, but it's the exact kind of build. Yeah, the 93R is just pretty far behind the card 45. Especially on sustain as well, and then also handling. Like the card 45 is kind of fine on the handling end as well. And let me catch up here even more. Kelsey had to go. I think they didn't fix that either, right? Yeah. Because that wasn't the patch, I think, with today's thing, right? It was actually just maintenance for the sake of maintenance. Well, at least the servers seem a little bit more healthy because I haven't been stuck on a 0% or 9% yet. Might still happen. And hey, Desprompt, and thank you so much to Hojo for keeping that sub going. And indeed, new apparel. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we have to kind of get that apparel as well. I'll likely use it for tomorrow's video. We'll get it in a second here. But yeah, thanks for keeping that sub going, and we'll definitely waste it on some of the new apparel. Then we'll do how good would a 4-piece OD be with prepping that and everyday carrier. Which one was everyday carrier? My brain's just like thing is the bleed is just too weak. The bleed is like not the part that matters for OD. It would still work. I've actually ran perfect creeping death quite often, or well, not quite, but I've ran creeping death with Ridgeway. So back in the day when before they changed OD, because now as well, you don't need the bleed per se to kind of be there when they die. So actually, in the past, you had to the enemy needed to die with a status effect for you to get ammo. And one of the ways to do that was always kind of like Ridgeway was a good way to get bleeds going, and then Ridgeway with perfect creeping death, and then the rest OD. And that actually was an okay-ish build for back then. The thing is now OD, with the marking system that it has now, you don't really care about specifically like the status effect. There needs to be some status effect, but it is actually like not an important part of the deal. But would still kind of work. You would spread the bleed around. It's just a pretty big damage loss versus Wicked, which you have kind of perfect uptime on, or Vigilance, which you can have a decent uptime on. Yeah, there's one for every category now. But yeah, actually that pistol one, so yeah, it's based kind of on the old build. So I might actually take the time to change that build up, but I'm in no hurry because it wouldn't per se change much. The crit didn't change much there. It's only, so for instance, Optimist and stuff would kind of, between talents, some stuff would change because Optimist and stuff would be a little lower, for instance, because the weapon damage is so much higher. But man, if that one was with repair skill, chance crit damage one, I have plenty of those already. I might just take the hit and just optimize that other one. At least if I have enough resources, although I could just dump watch points into it. Because we kept this one and this one. Which one's better? Okay, this one's just better, so this can go. Because yeah, we could also put haste here and optimize this up. Or I could take the hit and just optimize this. And then we can recore it as well. The thing is, though, we don't need to recore it for this build. How much do I have? I'm especially going to run out of backpack parts. Fuck it. Game's being a dick anyway and not giving me what I need, so I'll just take the hit. Just not to shouldn't practice. Oh yeah, there's a lot of like actually somebody today might actually see how that works, but somebody commented on the Pakan video that, and one that I actually didn't think of, Ninja Bike, and I actually don't know how those two will interact. Might actually take it to the range for a second then. But yeah, sometimes you have like weird interactions like those, and they can be quite, you know, just messing around with. You mind that, yeah, for instance, that's at the core of even, but those kind of builds as well. It's kind of fun to just sometimes play around with because, you know, let's say that red Eclipse that I have here. That's kind of a similar thing of just like it was an idea. It had a place as well, actually, at a time with old Hollywood, but I still keep it around because it doesn't work. It isn't, you know, it isn't meta, but it still works well enough that you're kind of like, I'm like, yeah, we'll keep it around. It's interesting at the very least. And same would be there. But for instance, as well, it's kind of reminded me for one of the things you can make as well is kind of other gear sets into healers than, and especially OD, for instance. So making an OD healer. Add the backpack parts. I actually have a lot of credits. We should maybe do it that way, although I don't have the inventory space. I can't buy 150 and deconstruct 150. We'll just burn some resources on it. Oh, there she is. Let's go back here. At least with these as well. So one of the things you have is you can just right-click X and go pretty quick. I want to keep 2K for the... I want to keep 2K for... actually, yeah, what is needed for this week's resource thing? Oh yeah, the thing project is gone, right? Game Pass, as I kind of suspected. Let's get these actually out of the way already. I should equip this. We just need 75, so we can burn some resources for that. That's fine. It's funny that you can't actually do this full bar anymore. Like you can't even do a full bar of this ever. Because even if you're empty, you know, 10K is still here. So that's a funny change. You can, but yeah, with this one, with these ones, yeah, you can right-click X, right-click X. Let's craft again, kind of thing. Made too many actually there. Which is actually handy for those. Let me catch up here. Oh, the perfectly. Oh yeah, that chest. So I would just use it as like the med pack. Says I'm big letting okay. Yeah. The thing is, oh yeah, you wouldn't give up so much though. Especially the OD chest now is like really good. Because at some point as well, you have to consider like. Usually the thing I say for hybridizing is you can hybridize kind of like two things at most. So for instance, you know, the combat medics are like damage plus healing. And then the third drone hybrids are like skill damage and just weapon damage. And, you know, tech tanks are basically blue plus red, right? And survivability plus weapon damage. Trying to do more than two ends up generally, because even with FI, it's kind of hard to go healing plus buffing, or you go damage plus buffing, but you can't kind of go both or tree, you know. You kind of land in no man's land in between, kind of. Looking for watching you play Div1 incorrectly later on, indeed. As the title says, we'll be jumping into Div1 and playing it wrong. How dare we? Yeah. If you know, you know. You had to be there. I meant to actually go and watch their stream and actually see what their exclusive info was, because I did actually look up the name. Caro Memento. I'll look up the name, and I did see that they had kind of streamed last evening. So, to replace one of my mementos with this. Now let's just take the crit damage mod out of this, just because this one's card roll. No optimization, it does look better. But also I don't care enough to kind of go looking if we really have a better place for it. We'll just slap it together like this. I like having a memento with like crit chance mod in it and one with crit damage mod. That way if I need to like kind of swap it out, I can easily do so. What's within your preferred PFE for Kantan? I kind of forgot. Yeah, either that or the striker one. Because although they kind of do different roles. The striker one is kind of, you know, pretty survivable, but can't really take, you know, you can't really do just run at the enemy kind of thing that the other one can. That high ends can. Because yeah, those can just go into the middle of the pack on extraction and kind of, as long as you don't take an axe to the face, you're kind of good. And even if you take an axe to the face, you'll still be kind of fine. And the striker one really can't, but it's kind of survivable in easier ways. So I would say a 516. Especially just the shotgun version, kind of. Just because the Scorpio really good. Got a CC still. 100 care if even if the end is all this shit, gets a reason to try something weird and or get something niche. Get a repair skill and skill ace by max. I'm not sure what build I want to try. Yeah. Thing is, yeah, I think any build that I would go into, you would be better off with, like, because yeah, that would be competing with, like the efficient is pretty okay for in conflict and stuff, where med packs are at a premium. But the way that I would kind of look at it is any build that would go in, why would I not go, for instance, Overwatch or something like that, right? Which is going to just be more useful overall. Or just up my own damage, especially with like OD, because there the chest really adds to your own damage. And also, yeah, I'm totally on board with trying out weird things. Sometimes as well, just having something to kind of, because for instance, Red Factor was kind of from that. I still don't think like Red Factor is like not the refactor, but the red version is per se a good build. It really fit into that season's global modifier, but it also gave me something to do and go and farm. And I'm kind of considering as well making a red measured assembly. And honestly, just the idea of just, hey, having something to go and farm for is by itself already, you know, that works out. That's my justification anyway. It's kind of what the 511 build and the purple builds are as well. Just it's kind of, hey, just go and farm. Dual X video whenever that happens. Yeah, that's gonna be, well, it's gonna, the way that it's gonna set up, I'm gonna first do like an introductory thing, but it's gonna be its own series. So it's gonna be, you know, instead of like in-depth looks or in-depth guides or something like that, it's just gonna be called Toolbox. And then after the introductionary one, it's going to be like red build toolbox, you know, drone hybrid toolbox, Eclipse toolbox, stuff like that. And actually that one's going to be, it depends on if the catalyst gets fixed, that might come before it, but 1, 2, 3, the 4th video. So, although actually there's a SHD exposed in between here as well. And also, yeah, maybe some shorts are going to be in between it. But main video one, it's going to be, because I kind of want to start that series, yeah. I also want to do at least that, and then actually the Eclipse toolbox is likely going to be the first. Because then in the master class, I'm just going to go like, hey, for like for like the toolbox part, we'll take like the important parts of it and reiterate those, you know, the double tap cam and stuff. But I'll go like, hey, for a bunch of the other parts, that can be like that video, kind of that way as well. The the length of the masterclass is going to be a little bit more subdued. And then we'll also, yeah, I'll do a general red and then specifically like Striker, specifically Umbra. Because that's really the project I want to kind of focus towards this season and kind of get a bunch of those out. Yeah. So we're sitting here yapping. It depends. What do I want to make the general version of this? Because I think I want to go with this. Because I feel this as the general version makes the most sense. But I think honestly, the places where we're going to use this the most, I feel likely it's going to just lean towards having this. And then. Oh yeah, actually this improvised piece. Oh, this one's a cheap one anyway. Let's get that optimized. God damn it, I need to. Because yeah, this is kind of the other version. Let's actually go get a skill haste module. Do I have? I mean, yeah, I can just grab one out of these. Whatever. That's why these are all loaded up. Yeah, let's take that one. Because I think as well, actually, yeah, this thing can go. And we're just gonna deconstruct it. Deconstructing it with the mod in there. I mean, still this season as well. It doesn't actually deconstruct the mod, it just ejects the mod. Because we can kind of keep it there. Because I think this is then, although, yeah, this, I feel I'm going blue. Daba Diba. I'm kind of feeling this, I feel. 2 blue cores. We basically just need 2 people to be in our thing, because yeah, we're also taking survivalist for sledge. But also I feel kind of technician for Faraday. AR, shotgun, AR. AR and AR, so. How is her? Because specialization wise, it also works out, right? AR, shotgun, rifle. Yeah, well, what do we take as the base version? I'm kind of split on it, because the backpack takes this down to that 1 second, so you're just deleting everything. we'll put this as an option, right? I feel we'll put this as an option. Because this is just, the other one can just be generally used. Like this way, if we have it this way, this can just be generally used. And then you can even, yeah, go technician and maybe even get another blue core. Or even just keep it as this, and then you just need one person in your hive to be fully charged up. Yeah, let's take this as the base version. What one need to? This is first now. No, but then just for sermon at toolbox. Oh yeah, especially if you're just going through story and stuff. Sometimes stuff like that actually makes kind of sense. That doesn't normally make sense as end game pieces. Yeah, so decision made, we'll go with this one. And then we'll put the backpack and the knee pad as a thing. Also, actually for myself, it's saved as a 5-piece. So it's saved as all 5 pieces of it, and then I either grab this backpack or I grab the knee pad. And I feel, yeah, I would always just run the BTSU in there anyway. The BTSU is just too valuable, right? Because we have Birdie, but Birdie, meh, kind of. Because it would get, like, this thing already overcharges us. Like, we don't need Birdie's overcharge. This, at least with the BTSU, we can supercharge, right? We can do an overcharge for the team as well. Let's actually go see how is an FI one set up. Okay, I'm actually gonna yoink that part already. We're gonna have the same skills anyway. Although actually no, we won't. But okay. Not that one, but the other one we will. We'll still be tier 6 though. Although yeah, we won't. Although we can make the skill tier 6 ones happen. No, here. Okay, so yeah, just normally lay that, yeah. Let's start adding in the bits. Is it because yeah. Hold the shotgun. So this one isn't red. Brand list. I think we can actually steal from one of these FIs. Because we can steal that, we can steal that, we can steal that, and that, and that. Yoink. Yeah. It's all the names in one go. Yeah, let's get the stats. And I kind of want to add this in, but likely I'll still fiddle with it a little bit. Because I haven't ran this that much yet. So it becomes a question of like, usually after running a build for a little bit, you go like, Okay, I would maybe rather have this, or might rather have that. But this way, at least we have one version in here, and then we can edit it later. Can have the base of the build in there. And we can always fiddle around. Put them all out here, and then resize them all together. Okay. There we go. We have all the names there. With these, I don't do damage numbers, right? No, why would I? Not really. Well, actually, one of the things with this is as well, it being into overcharge as often as it is. Capacitor definitely can make sense on this. And Heater Montana. If I boost to level 40, do I get the Wony skills? Actually, maybe somebody can answer that. I haven't. At some point, I want to lose a hardcore. I might actually just on purpose lose a hardcore, just to boost to 40 because I haven't yet been. I don't have a. I realized that after the thing, I was like, oh shit! I actually don't have an empty character slot to try the boost and see what we get. I already do know that, yeah, you get this, you get like a set of gear and stuff. Tennyson went out of his way to kind of check that. And yeah, you get kind of the same one set of gear. Still in the screenshots thing, I think, although you would have to scroll up quite a bit, I think. But yeah, it's... you get some gear, but yeah, I actually, yeah, then I would think maybe not. I don't think maybe, because I don't think it would autocomplete Wony, because it doesn't need to. And that could actually cause trouble, because people could own Brooklyn and not have Wony, right? So, the question is a reason you put the blue core on the mask over the other pieces? No, just, I wanted to have 2 blue cores. I feel in general, at worst, I'm going to have 2 people in my skills because, you know, I can toss the hive underneath one person and then put the, put the smart cover on another person. And the position of it doesn't matter per se. I just got a mask with high repair skill. That's the actual answer. That mask came with like 19.7 or something on the repair skill. So that made sense as the part to kind of recorder. Also aesthetics, right? Because we're going to keep this setup blue. This way as well, actually, for people that want to kind of rebuild this, yeah, they could just have, they don't need this to be a record, of course. This could be just armor core, which it comes with, and then just one of the 2 stats, and then making for a much easier to get piece. But then actually, yeah, aesthetics wise as well, just these two are blue and then the rest is yellow. Gave me the one skills. Yeah, I've been curious actually. Yeah, let me know. Let us know, Montana, if you do that, and what you get. And ADV, and indeed, we're just updating some of the builds. Although just going through the build collection and kind of going poking and prodding at things. But here as well, this is a measured assembly. This season's gear set. This is kind of the setup I'm kind of going for it with it. So we're adding that in. And yeah, just this whole week, basically every start of the stream, I'm just gonna spend a little time, work on the build collection, just get the updates in. Although not much has changed there. But yeah, for some of this, we're doing this. Also, for instance, there's this other DZ build that I kind of want to rework. So we'll go to that one next in a sec. Because for the rest, we've added the builds that we're going to add. So actually, every new build is in there, but I might just go around and just... yeah, kind of give it everything a once over. I usually do this at the start of each season. And sometimes as well, I choose to like add stuff, which is, for instance, the mods thing. Actually, do I do that with like yellow builds like this? I don't think so, right? It doesn't matter. So I don't. No, so for healers and stuff. But yeah, for instance, those like adding how many crit chance mods and stuff is on gear or on weapons. That was like last season as we went through. And that way, yeah, just adding... yeah. Each season, the build collection becomes a little bit better. At least that's the hope. We might be making it worse. Although, yeah. Also, I'm happy that issue got resolved. There was actually an issue with Google Docs kind of thing, where it didn't allow any sorting and stuff if you weren't the owner of the thing, but they kind of fixed that pretty quick, which... yeah, even some other parts, you know, still sometimes go buggy. Healing hive. Actually, is the hive that I've set up here correctly modded? Yeah. And I have no mods yet for the for the smart cover. Actually, yeah, I've zero. Although it might also be I haven't been paying too good enough attention to mods. When we've been getting them from drops and stuff. Yeah, so we have this one, that one. What I maybe want to do is have the tier 6 stats here as well. Because that's the thing we're trying to do, right? We're trying to be tier 6. Because that would just be... skill tier here. Skill tier here. Because this would be also the stats I would be considering for... What is the gear set icon? Yeah, let's actually put the gear set icon there. Because yeah, when we final measure them to 6, then they are these numbers. Oh, what? I took the stat increases from the tiering of it instead of the actual stats for this thing. Yeah, we're going back to 4 tiers anyway. Because you would never see the 4-tier stats actually, but I still want to have both. Because otherwise it might get confusing for people. Because if anybody's in the healing hive or something, or in the bonus to get the bonus, or well, in the smart cover I could be the only one. But in the healing thing, if someone's getting the healing anyway, it's going to be with the bonuses on top because, you know, they have to kind of be in the hive. And yeah, this 37 is just kind of insane to me still. 37 detox, 90 weapon handling. It's not even overcharged. Yeah, let me catch up here as I'm kind of behind again. Let's go. Blue. Yeah. With a refactor, hopefully I wasn't a mistake. No, overall I think refactor in like most of the situations you would run a high-end turret drone. Yeah, refactor just does more. Not in damage, but just in utility and stuff. Pieces and generates much damage as the Hasper build with. I'm gonna guess I was on a question on this end. Isn't the back by talent worthy enough to run? Overall, it is. The thing is also with this build, that's kind of why actually in the game, the way I have it saved is actually this. So 5 pieces, and then actually we're gonna show the other way of setting this up, which is that I'll put the backpack in and then just take a improvised piece there, which we'll do now. And I'm gonna add that as an option. The thing is though that quite often with the build collection, I consider it from a point of what would be a generally used build. So the backpack is only really going to be a thing if you, in very specific spots, right? Like in spots where you really have, yeah, for instance, the lovebird fight, right? You really want to get every proxy added there as quickly as possible. But that's, to me, kind of situational. So generally, I would rather, yeah, I want to have the main picture kind of be as generalist as possible, and then the rest can be, actually, let's get this picture after I optimize this. The rest of the picture can be, yeah, just other stuff. And hey there, dearly. I was messing around with builds in the past few days. I had some builds with few blue cards and solo playthings, and didn't like them. That's where 6 threads these days, even for solo content. I mean, yeah, look. If you know, the thing is, it's not just the build. Kind of, yeah. I did a video. It's no longer recently, but yeah, the title of it was it's not the build dummy, because the thing is, yeah, if you're kind of familiar with red builds and know your way around, it can actually be easier to do it on a red build than other builds. Back then it looks pretty handy there indeed. That's also, yeah, we're gonna add that as kind of an option in the lower corner there. Let me optimize this, although yeah, let me catch up because I'm way behind. What's my opinion on Perfect Clutch? It's cost too much for how much you gain. I would much rather have a palisade piece and just have a damage talent, and then just a palisade piece plus gunner or something like that. Because it's not horrible, it's just armor on kill is easier. And then also, yeah, it's competing against, you know, a pretty important slot. We like if it was more, yeah, if it was maybe like a weapon talent or something, it could actually maybe compete a little bit better. We still wouldn't use it, likely, because yeah, damage is kind of handy. But did mods only drop in Brooklyn? No, I'm pretty sure I've seen people get them in DC and in like, well, especially DC, just while doing other things. Because I've seen sometimes, yeah, a drop for people while watching streams and stuff. Also, a few people linked their drops and kind of where they happened. So I think most of them weren't even in Brooklyn. So it was in Countdown or in just a mission in DC or something, or activity in DC. Build guys are always running the 6 blue backfire build. Looking at his house. Well, the house protection is more for the thing. Like the new meta. For this season, backfire will definitely be a meta. But it's, yeah, especially this season with crit chance increases and hazard protection from easy source. But yeah, they won't be. Strikers, just red strikers too good. I think as though it is an easy way to play the game. Like that is. But even in that case, for instance, versus a 6 blue striker, I would just put up a tech tank against that and then just go like, this makes so much more sense. Just run this. But yeah, with that backfire, you kind of need to be above 50 stacks generally to kind of make it work. And then you're likely doing less damage, especially when you're starting out, than a tech tank. And also a tech tank is going to outstack you because they can just use ACS on the Heartbreaker or Striker one. Only doing percentage caches in my mailbox, 7 in the future to try to get the prints for the gear like lead and cloak. Do you think this will work? Yeah, that's what I do as well. I just keep any, like, once I run out of reconstructed caches to open, even though I also have the currency, right? Like I have, like, how much do I have saved up? Like 20k, 30k? How much do I have saved up? I have 28,945 saved up. But I still keep those in the stash, in the mailbox, just for that. Just yeah. And yeah, it does work. So when new items get added, when you log in, you'll see actually on the mailbox thing when you're kind of looking at them. Because for instance, yeah, in my case, here the same. If it has a gray item here, there are new blueprints, basically. And yeah, whenever there's been a patch or anything, that's always been the case. Like at the start of this season as well, I opened up 10 of these from here. And we got the new items. Because yeah, all of those caches, same for exotic caches, they don't, it's not predetermined from the moment that you buy it. It actually rolls when you open it up. So even exotic caches, for instance, for seasons, although this seasons and stuff, I still haven't seen a report of anybody getting a Pakan or a Nimble Holster from exotic caches. But from the seasons, you know, Strega season was the last one where it kind of worked. But yeah, you could just open exotic caches even before you got it from the season track and get a Strega. And even if you had caches from like the season before. So it's like a Hasbro build this. Would you run all red or all blue? I would actually go, yeah, all red. Like for that Hasbro build, that's also why it's kind of set up that way. It's kind of just a red build, and then you play it like that, and you're hazard protected. More so for the backfire. And then, because also, if you're going blue, I would actually go the Ninja Bike version. Because with the Ninja Bike version, you get the 2 tiers, a blue and a yellow. You lose 10% damage. Because actually we did the calculations for that a few days ago. Do I still have it open? No. It's in this folder there at the bottom. Gotta scroll all the way down. Build collection updates here. So we actually did I can actually put this in the chat. I did the calculations for the hazard protection version. Although likely you were there for it, right? But maybe for others. Versus Ninja Bike version, and then Ninja Bike either with Cavalier or with Sokolov. And especially with the Ninja Bike version, what you get is just, you lose a little bit of damage. And honestly as well, actually looking at this, although the Cavalier is 100% hazard resistant, right? The Sokolov here is 80%. But yeah, kind of losing 10% damage, even more, 11% damage. But you're gaining a blue and a yellow, so you get a 2-tier shield. So, but yeah, I kind of like it full red. Just all that damage. That one as well. We'll discuss that when we reach the build collection updates, because there was actually a few people asking similar questions about, like, especially what the Ninja Bike version was versus that one. The race guide is for the new mask ones, but I don't think I'll update any of my other builds. Yeah, and a lot of places where there's Coyote Tinkerer will be a really good competitor to it. Especially OD ones, definitely. Strikers as well. The thing you have to see it as is you're replacing Coyote with just that second weapon talent. That's the part that is competing against each other. So you can get more than enough damage out of, for instance, measured, killer plus measured, to kind of outdo Coyote. You would still want one person in the team to kind of run it if you're coordinating. So it'll likely still see some use. But I think as well, with the Tinkerer, what I'll do is especially main talent damage and then just a utility talent. So either Future Perfect or Fast Hands or Preservation or stuff like that. Especially, I think going Killer plus Fast Hands really I'll enjoy that. I've been missing using Fast Hands. I was married to Fast Hands for forever. So yeah, let me get you. That's exclusive and takes something to get stacks, and you have to maintain them. Yeah, I mean the biggest downside of the backfire is still you lose all your stacks in 10 seconds, like flat. at the 10-second mark, you just lose them all. I feel, yeah, them adding maybe still a decay to it or something. Even though the buffs to it did definitely help, taking it from 200 stacks to 100 stacks was a big deal. Sorry, I was wrong. Well, don't worry about it, Funky. People keep telling me I'm wrong as well. I'm playing the game wrong as well, as we had yesterday. And just we point and laugh. That was a special guy yesterday. I do not recommend the new bug mass. It's so powerful. Not working at all. Yeah, I've seen a few people have been taking the time to kind of link build showcases of people running, or well, like build videos with people running. Running Catalyst. Couldn't think of the name for a second. Yeah, let's just do this. I was gonna optimize this backpack, but honestly, I'll actually hold that for a better backpack. I just want to have the stats underneath it, but then we'll fake it a little. Because I'm just gonna take. Oh, that doesn't. Let's take the 3-piece. Actually, I can take the one from the mask. It's funny now that the improvised knee pad that I'm using there, because yeah, we could of course go other things like Alps, but that's 18 versus 20 from a mod, and then switch here as well, like versus Hana U. it was always 12 versus 10. So now even for repair skill, it's actually better to go that improvised piece if we're like really min-maxing. Thing is though that yeah, it's not per se worth it. That's a much more expensive piece. But I'm still gonna go with it, just for the hell of it. But yeah, I can just go ahead and you lose 2 haste, which is not game changing. Wrong too. Trying to get shotgun headshots for the man. Well, 50 so far. Well, no, there was a guy yesterday that came in and they were kind of very adamant that I should be playing the game differently. I should be on legendary, and I should be going to the DZ. And he was the guy. He kept saying, "I am the guy." He was special. Nothing else needed. Well, thank you for the kind words there. The thing is also, yeah, they're just making a lot of videos, right? In my case, I've kind of noticed that as well. Is like I used to do a build showcase kind of once a month. Now, definitely, I'm kind of running out of. Well, what we're gonna do is here and there some repeats. That's my solution to it. Or well, not per se repeats just for the sake of it. It's just, you know, for instance, yeah, the master class on Eclipse that can definitely use an update, and so that's the next build showcase. But yeah, there's only so many good builds that you can make before you run into like weird stuff. Citizen pressure point exactly for Tinkerer in OD. Thing is though that Vindictive is also actually pretty okay, especially if the whole team is getting it. Because Sadist plus Vindictive, also a pretty good combo. Some measure bag now, improvised knee. So that's the 2 options here. That's why I kind of it's kind of behind the chat there. Let me move the chat over there. But I kind of like both versions. I think the setup one is what I would generally use, because in a lot of places you don't need every second to delete something. It's kind of overkill. And then you would rather have the 15% extra. But basically, yeah, you want to kind of have both options. That's why I'm kind of also saving it as a 5-piece and just have the other pieces on me, and then we just swap in as we need to. Indeed. Let's get to invitations and also partners. I mean, they're playing the YouTube game, right? You got to remember actually that, you know, one of the things is it depends what your goal is. That defines generally how your actions will be. Let's actually add some colors here. In my case, I just want to make some shit, test some shit, you know, and kind of have fun with it. But also, I don't need it to be my financial. It doesn't need to be my financial thing, right? I don't need to make money off of YouTube, or Twitch or any of those kind of things. I do make a little bit, and yeah, a bunch of it kind of goes back, but actually I make more than I spend nowadays on the game, so it's even kind of going into funds of like, okay, maybe, you know, when I buy myself a video card, I'll kind of use a little bit of those kind of funds and stuff. But of course, for other people, like if that's their thing and they kind of, you know, they need that to feed to feed themselves and maybe others, yeah, now you're playing a completely different YouTube game. Because the thing is, with all of those things, all of the clickbait, all of the, you know, titles and stuff that are clickbaity, you know, putting invincible build kind of thing stuff, that all works. Like, that all works. It's actually a very powerful tool. But a tool that I just don't want to use. I'd rather sleep well at night. I'd rather not have the feeling that I've done something to deceive people, because that's kind of how I see it as well. Like, clickbait is just, yeah, you're kind of lying. That's all you're kind of doing, honestly. Which color do we want to put on this? Actually, yeah, I think I'll go with this. It's a fluorodivergent. Let's actually put it on the other piece. Wait, let's save this loadout first, because we'll have those be the colors of this. Well, actually, if I just have two pieces, it might be faster to just do it like this. But the thing is, of course, as well, I can kind of afford to do it that way. I don't need to. If a video does poorly, it's not that I'm not going to eat this week. Kind of thing. That's also why I don't like put out, you know, vendor videos or stuff like that, because all of those as well, they work. They actually go through the algorithm. It's a very consistent content that people do watch. I have no idea why, because I feel I'm going to go check the vendors in a second. It's going to take me like 7 minutes. And then as well, I can actually catch all of the things there. Let me catch up again, as I'm kind of way behind. Seeing and forgetting it to say anything that totally looks like a PSO character or my PFP. How weird. Yeah, it is. It is indeed Phantasy Star Online 2. It is a Rakast from ages ago. Because that's actually one of the first games where I kind of really went deep with a game. It was kind of my first game that I like really played for more than 1,000 hours, likely. Back in the day on the Xbox. I didn't have it on the Dreamcast, but yeah, when it came to the Xbox. A refactor or a FI for random groups? No, a FI will be much more useful. This will be situationally very good. It will also just not be bad. The thing is that FI heals. FI doesn't just, FI doesn't just heal. FI also gives a pretty big buff. This still, at the end of the day, is kind of reliant on its overcharge. It's overcharging quite a bit. Its healing is kind of okay. But yeah, it's kind of overcharging itself. That kind of doesn't make a difference for especially this skill, right? Because we're going all the way to the end here, where we have, you know, the instead of plus 27, plus 35, which is making it a 45 detox bonus. That's quite a lot. But if I already has, you know, the healing and the stuff kind of down. So it becomes like, okay, so where does this then work out? And then, for instance, with the backpack and at the lovebirds. Like, I've seen footage of people running it with the lovebirds and just deletes the drone. It deletes the healing box that goes down. It deletes any sniping turrets that get thrown around. It deletes all those shock traps. You know, all of the things that kind of make that fight a lot more annoying. And then you give up the FI bonus for that. So you kind of, you know, are doing it a little slower because, you know, you don't have that damage bonus. Because if I could run that and also still run, you know, the precision smart cover. But it's going to be so much more consistent because you're taking away all the threats. So it's stuff like that. It'll be useful for certain positions. But also just a general healer, it does okay. And then also, yeah, you kind of, the thing is also, people will need to learn this skill and then the circle that it makes, and then also to get in it and just get the buffs. That will take a while because, yeah, people are just not in cover enough quite often. Yeah, let me get fully here and then actually because yeah, let's actually move it to Div1 in the background already. So we updated this. We haven't updated this, but I'm gonna leave this for tomorrow because I want to actually kind of think how I want to do it. We're gonna change this to become a high end like this, but then for PvP. So yeah, definitely dropping the shield splint. This one hasn't been updated in a while. That's why it still has a shield splinter. It hasn't been touched in a while. And what I might do is actually check if I have all the pieces to maybe make the bighorn hazard protected kind of thing. But let's already in the background start swapping over to Division 1 and swap my titles and stuff as well. Start doing that. Oh, well, not my titles, but categories we're in. Let's put that here. Because let's go mess around a little in Div 1. Yeah, I kind of forgot actually that I wanted to also mess around in Div 2 for a little bit. But with the thing, but I think my only tips will have all the tips I need. We use this sort of times in legendary using measured assembly. Yeah, that kind of works out for that kind of stuff as well. Let's say medic and of course rate of fire. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely something like a combat medics, the striker one and stuff. They still all have a place for me as well. Those compete more with refactor anyway. It's not kind of in this play space. Yeah, category changes. As I say, we're gonna spending the rest of the evening in Division 1. If he's okay with that, because there's global events there to be had, and I wouldn't mind farming them up a little bit over there. Clickbait, yeah, this gets old. I mean, yeah, the thing is, for instance, for me, I just don't click any video that on my own, at least. Sometimes just because people link it to me, I will, but in general, I just, if it has any form of clickbait, I'm just clicking the don't recommend this channel kind of thing. But yeah, that's me and not everybody else. Play by any chance? Yeah, I did indeed. Quite a bit, actually. I'm back for. Do you have a quick and dirty build to recommend for this season? I don't have one that is specific to this season, but
just who I was looking for.
It is still 3.13, right? It's kind of late, but
now entering a safe area.
But yeah, that's kind of what I ran for that. Altering it for this season is just making sure you have you can swap a few crit damage mods and crit chance, or some of the hazard protection for crit damage. I think it has one mod, right? Yeah, you could swap that out for crit damage and then some of the hazard protections for for other things. Yes, I went Dreamcast, nice. Indeed, we're starting the game wrong. Hey, there's 6. Newer PSR new gens. I don't think yeah, not likely. They've become different things than they were in the past. Also, back then they definitely were my main game just because there wasn't anything better. Nowadays I would get very annoyed with a lot of the design choices of that game, of even PSO, but also especially the newer PSOs, which have gone a lot more anime and stuff. I feel, although the old ones, those ones were definitely anime, but it wasn't that anime, that level of animu, which isn't per se my thing. But then also from what I've seen from the current ones, they seem pretty gacha, right? They're not fully gacha, but they are kind of gacha, right? I should play Road Carrier, yeah. That's always been my PFP. I just kind of stuck with it. And it's just been... At some point, I should actually make an kind of stylized version of it or something, just so it's not a cop... I mean, currently I'm kind of using a copyrighted image, technically, which isn't the best idea. And he's in there. Any hazard healer setups? Actually, I do have a hazard protected. Yeah. Let me go find it. Because yeah, I do have actually this. This is made for countdown. It isn't fully hazard protected. This might actually make more sense with. Although, well, again, the FI buff pretty good. This is 1.04. But this was kind of in the same idea of the hazard protected Eclipse for countdown. It isn't 100% hazard protected. I think it's 90% disrupt. Isn't it? Yeah, it's 90% disrupt, which is like the most we could extract out of it. But yeah, actually, that one actually is pretty nice for countdown. Yeah, let's go get our dailies in.
Hey, gotta see it to believe it.
It's waving at me. Let's see actually what our... Let's go down the list. I already saw yesterday, before logging out, that the daily was... One of the Dark Zone ones was extract. I might just skip that and just get the combat and crafting, just because it takes a little bit more time. So we'll take the combat and crafting, which is Rikers and electronics.
Shit. Is this what I think it is?
Do we have electronics somewhere? Easy. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we do. Let's go kill some Rikers. We'll go kill Bullet King. My phone is really angry at me for not charging it. It's like, I'm on 3%, dude. Plug me in. Okay. We'll do that. Indeed, let's visit Bullet King.
Warning.
The
You're
man,
now leaving
the
safe
myth,
area.
the not AR or the not LMG. What am I running? Okay. Let's actually swap here to that tactician.
Hey, what do you want? Hey,
And
looks like it's you and me.
Does look like it's you and me. Mr. King of Bullets. Died of a sudden heart attack. Anyway, this guy is the Bullet King. Wrong gun though. With some Caduceuses behind him. We need more Rikers. That's Riker. This is Riker. What else is Riker actually? Boss-wise. Cleaner, Rider, Cleaner, Cleaner. Rider, Cleaner. So it's just... Okay. Yeah, let's go get that guy then. So hardcore radio memento would have 5 Almos and 2 Scorpios, which is something else. Yeah. And the Scorpio is actually kind of also a valuable one to have. So I basically always do have a Scorpio on my back on hardcore. Just for when it starts going wrong.
Ain't much of a challenge.
Oh.
That ain't much of a contest now, is it?
Is there anything else in here? Kinaka. Rhymes with what? Sorry. Yeah, where does it rhyme with?
Say goodbye.
What we rhyming? Jeepers Keener. Where did you get this peepers? Jeepers Keener. Did I have 10 there? Yeah, we got the combat assignment. Electronics, I think actually, yeah, this is kind of like one of the easiest one, right? And there's also 3 there. So let me take a quick bite of some sugar. This is kind of always the area I go to grab quick electronics. Because I do want an area which has 3 boxes just so guaranteed to get to get the 5 for a daily. Let's take this character back to base. I also actually go down the list of characters. Actually, yeah, I should read through the.
You are now entering a safe
I should
area.
read through
Be
the
shy.
commendations and actually see what we need to do. Because somebody was there talking about shotgun kills, which go like, oh yeah, that will make sense, right? That's kind of reanimated has that too, actually.
Oh, what looks good to you?
Of getting some shotgun kills. But then I should try to get those.
See you soon.
And then also, yeah, we'll likely do an HVT set. Kind of forgot to actually on Division 2 as well to check the vendors. Although, nowadays the thing is also, even if there's like Habsburg around and stuff, it's no longer, you know, we don't. I don't need to, yeah, we don't have the infinite resources anymore. Also, I'm kind of happy for that. That actually kind of removes that as just a thing to keep in our heads here and there.
Just who I was looking for.
Kills are easy.
Readings indicate this area is safe.
Okay, I think that was the same case actually with one of the other commendation, wasn't it? Where it was counting the bosses double, which kind of took us a moment to realize what was going on. Yeah, let's take this character indeed. Yeah, let's go for that again. Bullet King. I might go for the other guy actually, just to vary it up.
Warning. You are exiting
Now
the
once we
safe
reach
area.
character 1, on that one, I don't need to per se go and get the Rikers because likely one of the bounties will be Rikers, so we'll just in between everybody.
On our side now. Now's our chance. Nice and easy. He's down.
Bunch of manhunts going. Yeah, let's actually go for these guys just to vary it up. We'll go from there. And a lot of credits. I mean, credits in Division 1 are, you build up quite a lot. Like I have 340 million. You just sell everything. I just end up, because in here as well, deconstructing, I'm kind of, Although I still should. The thing is that I'm kind of full, getting full on resources. I don't have too much to spend it on anymore. I used to actually deconstruct weapon mods and weapons still for that, but I'm also kind of full on those now. So I end up in Division 1 just selling everything. And every time your inventory is kind of full, that's like 15 million by itself. So it goes pretty quick. And here as well, it's shared across all the characters, so it's not just one character. Which one guys? YouTube right here, yeah. Yeah, now I need to watch one of those, right? Actually. See, they are useful. Except no, I'll just still go around myself. That'll be faster. But I'll just do it tomorrow. And tomorrow as well, we'll do it with with Cassie as well and Danny. And take a couple up by Amherst, quick to. Oh, just for names? Or here I need Riker specifically. Like I'm actually just going for these just because I need Riker kills. I could actually just start up Lexington. And just kill the Rikers there. I'm kind of like, might as well go for the names. That's when I kill Keener and Liberty Iron Rider. I just want to say I'm lucky not to have any spawn on my hardcore ass yet. That seems to be the case. I thought actually, I wasn't too sure if that was the case, but somebody else was very adamant that it was. And I kind of believe him.
Gonna hit this bitch. Gonna hunt that fucking guard.
Because it does actually kind of track with some of my other experiences as well. Gets fired. Well, we don't get that other. Oh, that's odd. Or was that already part of this? Guess we'll go for that one too then. And for 3 times 2.
Now entering a safe area.
Also, the boss kills just going into the
You are now
DZ.
leaving the safe area.
At least, because likely on like Thursday and Friday, or Thursday and Friday, likely I'll be able to just play late at night. And then usually the DZ is pretty empty if I go in there, like off hours, really off hours. And then just kind of going in between the landmarks, well, the sewers especially. For them will be pretty good. Also, I'm pretty sure that one will likely just happen just by amount of playtime. Spread, but it didn't. So we just finished off the heavy. Thought the bleed was gonna get him, but didn't. Bushes, please. Not see. Alright, let's go. Or did I already get electronics? No. Let's go get some electronics. And then on to the next character. Then if I make some insane promises, like the pointers from the map and device like phone or iPad. That was one of the early concept videos that they put out. Which was exactly that. Someone could like Their idea was like they could control the drone and then, you know, they would do the spotting. They didn't per se promise it. It was more like, this is maybe a concept we're going for. But as with a lot of those kind of concepts, if you actually think about it, it just makes zero sense. Because that wouldn't be fun for that player. Why wouldn't they just be playing the game? It's kind of like all of the extra sometimes roles in some other games and stuff. Like one of the worst ones I feel was Eve had a shooter version thing of it on PlayStation. And one of the things you could have is, you know, people on the planet could call for air support, and then you could fire on from like the Eve side of things. You could fire into, what was that even called?
Best gear in this. How's my new favorite customer?
Like the game? Don't even remember what it's called. But that was no fun for the person just sitting there waiting for, you know, the other side to send up a flare effectively. You would rather just be playing that game instead of sitting there waiting to help somebody else in a different game that you're also not playing, so you don't even see what is happening. A lot of people would dual box that, usually was the way to go about it.
Nice doing business with you.
Or just run it on PC and PlayStation, but it wasn't even they weren't even on the same systems, which was like the weirdest thing about that whole thing.
Keep up the good work.
Dust 514, yeah. That was an idea. That game was a shit show. Had some good ideas though, but yeah, it was a pay to win thing as well after a little bit. The sticky sound, yeah. It is very distinct. I always have that with the headshot sound. Although, well, now the headshot sound is different because of the global event. But just the squish that you get from headshots in Division 1. That was one of the things going from Division 1 to 2. I was like, why did they change that? I still kind of am. Like, why did they change it?
Warning. Now we're exiting the safe area.
Oh, yeah. It's also a little bit too much. It's almost cartoony, but it's it was such a distinct sound. It's in the lobby. Oh, is he in the terminal? Oh, yeah, could well be neat. Let's go get some Rikers. And I could just go mission indeed, or even go into the DZ real quick and get a few Rikers. Let's just get some of these names because, yeah, we can just have some profit from them.
You looking for anything?
Some GE currency. I guess something does not generate ammo as it should be.
We all got unfinished business.
I haven't been running direct as much this season,
Get off our turf.
so I haven't really paid attention on, yeah, stuff like that. And yeah, I just don't run gunner often as well. But it shouldn't be hard to test, like if you just, because yeah, it should very consistently do its thing if it's working, which is just, you know, empty out a mag and then see if you get some ammo back. Keep in mind that the reduced ammo directive, you can't exceed that, not with gunner as well. So it's reduced to the ammo hoarders thing. It's reducing your ammo pool, right? Like it's not like gunner can fill it up higher than that. So it would need to be ammo that you've actually used. Listen, I also have to grab ammo. That is okay. Interesting. I wonder if they've been fiddling around with them or something. Heavy suddenly had a heart attack.
Hey, no weakness.
I do like this Predator Mark build. SMG variant. We have both of them here as well. Let's open these up. And yeah, let's go to character 1 and then we'll go for some HVTing. And also once we do, if there are any people interested in running a HVT set, then let me know and we can group up.
Best gear for the streets, right here.
After downtime, I don't think there was any fixes or anything with today's patch. Or well, today's maintenance, because I don't think there was a patch. So I don't think they really fixed anything. Although the servers do seem to be handling a little bit better. Like while we were there,
Sorry, I can't give you a bag for that.
I wasn't really playing either though, so that might have been it, but we didn't get any like
Let's get back to
long swaps between stuff. Oh, has Manny been fixed? I thought people were saying that he wasn't fixed. Because he's definitely still said his line, but maybe he just says it once. Because yeah, when I loaded in on that character, it did say it, but I was just, I didn't actually like go do anything with them, so. Tell me about Shifter and kill so once. Okay. So maybe he still plays it one last time and then
Anything you're looking
the toggle for it is likely fixed.
Readings indicate this area.
And yeah, I don't know if any takers out there for doing some HVTing. Because yeah, we'll go after some of these guys and kick their asses and grab some GEs. So far as that she's yeah. I mean, Kelso is always in our hearts, right? Well, except
I'm
this
just glad
target
to know
already.
someone's taking care of this.
Okay. Six,
NYC.
we'll join in a minute. Where is this one? You might already make the run over there. I'll wait for him to load up just so we get them all together. Oh yeah, Montana, if you wanna. Do I have you in the friends list?
Hey, gotta see it to believe it.
Otherwise, if you have your in-game name for me here.
Warning. You are exiting the safe area.
What's actually, what do I want to run? Could run Hunter's Fate, actually. Doesn't sound like the worst idea with some extra headshot thing. But I should just try to get some kills in. Or we just run Striker. Let's just run Striker. So wait, what's the... Actually, yeah. We have a moment anyway. Let's actually look through these for a second. So, bleed out, inflict bleed on 100 enemies with headshot kills. Well, we're just getting advancement in this. Although this might actually even be triggering off of Predator's Mark. Because cleaner bosses, that'll just happen.
Another agent has joined your team.
I need to complete that. So this is hard. What is this? Kill 50 cleaners at short range during outbreak under the specified conditions. Okay. Does it need to be in... No, this is just a continuous one. Okay. Yeah, we'll read the rest later. I guess there was a shotgun one, and then we'll just use this shotgun one. It's not down there, 6. It's the... Shit there. Okay. Let me Right, you in. I feel Sigs went rogue a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we have the global event help us. It's also kind of annoying that, yeah, you can't have the other versions. I was gonna say, well, which one was it? Severe and something else?
Approaching marked location.
Just briefly seeing about. So this is just headshot kills with shotguns or something? 10 kills or headshot under specified conditions. Oh, it's in a specific. Oh, okay, it's in the. Needs to be in the missions.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby. Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Goal boundary is also a thing in Division 1. I always forget. I should be stacking up.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
So actually, should have emptied out my pouch as well, actually. Just need to watch out that we don't reach the 10k. And I'll buy some gadgets in between. Although actually as well, I'll have enough here. Because we'll likely have like 7 or 8k from this.
Hostiles incoming.
Oh yeah, I'm getting them striker actually. And I'm a Division 1 striker. Missing actually costs things.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Also, it's funny that in Division
Heavily
1,
armored hostile detected.
striker cannot stack on proxies. So actually if I shoot turrets and stuff,
High value target has been eliminated.
that actually doesn't help. Which is, you know, Heartbreaker's issue in Division 2.
Got everyone out of that place on Lex.
Oh yeah, nobody's V in. Thanks for poking in, and we'll catch you soon.
Good luck and good riddance to that one.
Let's grab the next one. Over there. And so we'll bang out these and then see where we go from there. But again, if anybody's out there and wants to join us, we still have a spot. So, if you're interested, I think I might do. We have two good shooters here. I'm gonna go with tactician. Gonna do wave clear stuff. And also get some skill kills in. One of the commendations I'm pretty close to getting is the skill kills one.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
And this isn't like it is reanimated or such, but if we don't get headshot kills, they come back. So, especially if I can kind of catch them as they're still grouped up, I can do a lot of damage.
Hostiles incoming.
If you hadn't showed up, things might have gone very different. Oh, they got him! Don't clear shot! There's a wish you never came here! Do something, anything!
Hostiles incoming.
They keep coming from the other side. This side, that side, this side, that side. Make up your mind. Pick a side and stick to it.
Hostiles incoming.
Oh, nice.
Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected. High value target has been eliminated.
We can beat them.
Grab all the leads. Even the pebbles. Just to sell them.
If you hadn't showed up, things might
I know the bounty system in Div1 is kind of this. You have the HVTs and there's a weekly
Now
list.
entering a safe area.
Hey, Agent. Got something serious for you. This kind of stuff is making a big difference around the city.
Just
so
do
thanks
this
for
list
taking
basically,
that
and
on.
then this guy is the daily one. This is a little bit different. We don't farm up the bounties and then go do them. We have a set list and they cost target intel. Actually, Division 2 had the same system originally. Like, we had to actually go and gather target intel to do bounties, which was
Warning.
there in
Now leaving the
place.
safe
And actually,
area.
it's one of those things that they took out. But honestly, it wasn't the worst idea. I'm actually gonna take a tiny detour and get these electronics for a thing. Just quickly. Yeah. Then I can fast travel too. Remember. Because that would break, like that would have been a defense.
Approaching marked
That would have been
location.
something that would have defended against counter cheating.
detected
Because
nearby.
if you just run out of a resource, even if you have all the blue, all of the bounties, if you run out of the resource, you're still
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
can do them. So actually, them removing that system actually created issues for themselves.
Here we get over there. I'll take care of it.
Kind of reminds me of
Alert.
some of the
Additional
other systems
hostiles
that they've
inbound.
removed, and then actually that has caused issues for them. Anyway,
Here we go.
I know with tactician, we do get actually stacks if I shoot enemies. So just to have
Additional
that.
hostiles incoming.
Also, I think I have talented here, so if I get a kill with this weapon, I will get skill damage. But kind of competing against murderous builds.
Now's our chance.
Hostiles incoming.
Kind of sticky here. I like it.
Hostiles incoming.
Muhaha.
Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
There it kind of worked out. Delete it away almost.
High value target has been eliminated.
Anything else? Around. Doesn't look like it.
Rough going out here.
I think Six is gonna beat me to it. I'll just let him grab it. One of the things as well with the bounty system here is, well, somebody has to pay basically. Yeah, as long as one person pays, everybody benefits. It's also why you generally want to do them in groups. Might as well. It's the same price if you're doing it solo or if you're doing it with a 4-man. Okay. Specific set or just in general? We're missing a bunch of classified knee pads. No, if I get any classified pieces, I'll be. Because they are still gearing up right. Some person's pretty set on gear, but I'll be sure to kind of share it. Gonna reach.
Hostiles detected.
Oh, I think actually I have even that perk. If I kill the turret, I get like a ton more damage.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Take them down. Over there. Got a sinker mine. Take out the target. Shit. Grenade.
Hostiles incoming. Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
This is it pretty hard.
High value target has been
2 million there. Of course, it's like in big chunks, kind of like mortar build in Div2. I'm just hitting hard, but just not as often as of course, a weapon. I have 0 of the knee pads. Yeah, there's actually a little bit of a chance of these names dropping classifieds. So I'll definitely keep an eye out.
Readings indicate this area is
It's
safe.
gonna be through there.
I got something you'll be interested in.
I'll just grab some ammo, restock on medpacks, especially there. Because yeah, I'm kind of letting myself get hit quite a bit. We can get into Division 2 for some reason. Well, no. There is. You're not the only one.
Warning. You are
In
now
my
in
case,
a
I
safe
definitely,
area.
yeah, I kind of prefer 2 over 1. But to me, both are really good. And especially once in a while, coming back to 1 is definitely a thing I do enjoy. Those dogs are safe, right? Okay, well, this guy was totally in the explosion radius there. And even though he was bleeding, he didn't take any damage, and the
Approaching
bleed
marked
was not
location.
doing damage. It's one of the annoying things with the skill sometimes. I think it's also especially the person that I sticky it to. They just don't get hit by it. Sometimes, not always.
Hostiles detected nearby.
Just kind of just really
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
It's a clear shot. Go get him. We got more trouble. I'm running scared.
I usually check what's on my weapons.
Make 'em pay.
Because I'm going to guess as well that these are 204 weapons, not 256 weapons.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected.
Nowadays, I do love coming back to Div1, especially for the global event weeks of them.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
And moments like that, this works out.
I'm glad you showed up.
They haven't come out. Oh, actually, I haven't come out. Just need my sticky back. A bluey.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected.
Sticky back.
Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected. High-value target has been eliminated.
Yep, only low-value targets remaining. These guys are Timu targets. Yeah. Let's make sure I've actually looted everything. I know there's definitely some differences with them. So for some people, they lean more one or the other. Actually, so this is the first time we actually have a global event both in Div 1 and 2 at the same time. I think they were actually putting it so that the global events in 2 and 1 didn't overlap. With this one, I get the feeling they were just like, it's fine.
Guard and secure, we can take care of a lot more displaced
That's
persons.
actually next in Div 2. Because I remember kind of looking up to this week and the global event. I don't actually remember what like the next few events are. I don't know if anybody's in 2 and is willing to check. Also, I now realize that I haven't done the scouts actually last week and this week. Just because we've been busy with other things. I need to actually catch up on the scouts. Because also I would generally do them on character 1. And character 1 is still
Approaching marked location.
bugged out in Div 2 on main account. Character 1 and 2.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
Also nowadays it doesn't matter anymore, at least the comms are shared. I'm gonna get set up too.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Door boundaries. Division 1 and Division 2. I was hoping it's going in with the door, that would be enough for it to clear the door boundary there, but it didn't.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
Toss it. Yeah, tosser.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
Go up.
Secure the goddamn
Oh, wow.
AO!
It's a lot of engineers.
We're losing numbers here! Say goodbye!
Should push him down at least. That's fine.
Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Too far to sing my sticky.
High-value target has been eliminated.
Random engineer over here. I'll get the next one. That one. Dark Sun XP is next in Hollywood. Okay. What am I actually, last time around as well, I kind of
You are now
didn't
entering
make
a
use
safe
of
area.
Something new right here.
DZXP one. Oh, but I should actually get
Intel
character
says this
4
one's a real fighter, but
on
my
main
money's
account
on
actually
you,
isn't
okay?
all the way level to 50 on the ZXP. I should actually level them up.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe
I
area.
just love this poster. Don't tell mom. Yeah, don't tell Kelso. Don't tell the Lotus.
Approaching marked location.
A real, yeah. Carrying that one over.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby. Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Seeker's also kind of
Alert. Additional
in the same
hostiles
way as
inbound.
Seeker spam in Div 2. They actually help a little with just pushing enemies out of cover. So there's kind of value to them there that way. And I definitely wouldn't run this just if we didn't have already
Alert. Additional
decent
hostiles
damage dealers.
inbound.
I know that was skill already.
Warning. Additional incoming hostiles detected. Warning. Incoming hostiles detected. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected.
It's funny how many hits I need on the weak points. Even,
High value target has been
and then
eliminated.
still I don't break them. Oh, my inventory is full. Briefly, gonna take a second here to go through some of these weapons, where some might be worth sharing. If nothing else, I'm gonna just deconstruct the weapons. Still have enough space. Well, let's maybe take a second here to actually go through our inventory for a second. Although I think we're on the last one, right? Let's maybe take a second. If you're determined enough. Well, actually, if you're determined, even if you hit the weak point, then it still goes to the head right away. So anything classified, especially Doesn't look like it. Some of the stats and stuff and what they what they could kind of be.
Welcome back to Wouldn't You Know It podcast.
I don't know. I'll pay for this last one as well.
Heard some bad things about this one, but you should be able to handle it. We got a serious threat I need to tell you about.
That's that one. And then we'll go through the Dragon's Nest. Already start running. Also, if you guys need a minute,
Boys at the breach point. Check
so
in
you
with
can
them
just
for
clear
your
out your
entry.
inventory while
We
I'm
need those
running.
cleaners exterminated. Pronto.
Should actually check what I have on this weapon. Keep forgetting to check that. And at some point I need to also I need to do that incursion. I haven't actually ever done this incursion. I didn't do the incursions when they were kind of current. And I actually haven't kind of caught up. I used to play a lot solo, so those things were not per se solo friendly. Also, I never knew before like the global events that there was a challenging difficulty to them. Because I'd only seen some footage and some from them, and that was mostly on heroic. I was like, this actually requires you know, coordination and decent builds and stuff like that. But turns out they have a challenging mode as well that I just, you know, never paid attention that that was the case.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
Tango spotted. Got company.
And these guys are very much against tango. Second they spot somebody dancing the tango, they're like, none of that dancing here. No tango, no flamenco.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Only the polka.
Take them all out.
Last man polka.
Take that position.
Alert. Additional hostiles inbound.
Take them all down.
Delete a sniper. Okay.
Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.
Oh, I don't have that skill yet. It's trying to sticky there. I don't like that. As of these guys do not murder me. Like a bit of shot and ended my face. See how you like explosions.
Take them all down.
Hostiles incoming. Alert. Heavily armored hostile detected. High-value target has been eliminated.
Okay. And there goes Whiskey Squad. That was the last one, right? I'm the one that popped it. You would think I would know. I'm not paying attention. I'll go check. Well, in your case, yeah, let's take the time to also kind of pop our caches and get cleaned up fully. I don't know if you guys are up for it. Let's maybe go do a set of the missions, right? Looks like we need a bunch
Readings
of
indicate this area is safe.
shotgun kills with severe and stuff. Wouldn't mind doing a few of those. Although I feel, because it's already at severe, that we have the thingies, right? So actually have a look here. Plus contagion and will drain agents held close. Yeah, plus headshot marks enemies. Yeah. And yeah, don't forget to, because yeah, we will have gotten like 7-ish K, no less, like 6 and a bit K of the GE credits. Let's go spend some of that. And I need to buy 30 of these. That's one of the commendations I'm going for. So annoyingly, the contents of these are not shareable. At least, well, the ones I bought there. The field recon and the other ones are. So I'm gonna bench classified pieces here, but none of them I can share. Same rules as Division 2. If you buy it from a vendor, you can't. And everything else that is been gotten
Gotta see it to believe it. Best deal.
well and grouped together, you can, Jeremy. That's not worth keeping. And I don't know if you already classified together Montana, but this would be the prime time to get one. Lone Star can be a general good use one. Oh yeah, I wish I could kind of share these pieces, but yeah, no share icon.
Hey, you just got a great deal.
Your attention, please.
So what was this one?
1,500 hours in the main hall. All are welcome to attend.
Using only a pistol. I mean, most of these are hard missions and stuff. We could actually go for that. Does it need to be in group, actually? Without using a med kit under the specified conditions, okay. Oh, so there's also a, so this is severe and above. 10 headshot kills with a shotgun under the specified conditions, okay. Contaminated under the specified conditions. Okay, so just in general. So pistol. I know this doesn't need to be in a group, but we could actually, yeah, they're on hard anyway, so.
Your attention, please. JTF Command would like to thank you for your patience during
Okay, so this is not using any medkits.
cooperation is appreciated. Thank you.
But if we need to go through that without using any medkits, one thing I could do is I could go Reclaimer. Although I don't know if Sigs want to maybe go that otherwise. But yeah, I could go that and then we just pistol our way through and get the, for some of the parts already, we can get the missions at least. Because yeah, we need to also do the incursion in that way, but we'll leave that for a different time. But especially all of the missions are just hard.
Suspect, we've
which is
located his
severe.
residence at this apartment
Well, actually,
complex in
so
Hell's Kitchen.
does it do more
You'll need to get
damage?
inside and secure anything which confirms a link. Notebooks, hard drives,
or do we just
whatever
take
you can
critical?
find.
Because actually
But
with
there's still
critical, we
civilians
just
in
get
there,
a bonus,
and that means
right?
the cleaners are on their way to sterilize the place.
If Amherst's not the guy, I'll eat my centrifuge. His work has got to be your first priority.
We can't just leave those civilians, Doctor.
If we don't get this virus figured out, there won't be any civilians.
No, let's maybe go for that one. Sure, economic get some sense out. The 3 and 6. Right. Oh yeah, for now, like if you get it together a Lone Star,
Warning. You are exiting the safe
can
area.
outperform that. We'll just play with our sentry. Yeah. I'll just run yeah. Because yeah, we can go for the not using any medkits one, and then I'll just do that. Should actually swap my pulse. Might have shit. Also, yeah, if we just double tap the heads. Insta keep. I think are we all like low on damage? I think now.
Hey, is that way clear?
Must be. Go, go, go! Before they catch us!
They haven't burned the place down yet, thank God. I'd love to talk to one of these cleaners sometime, partially to find out what makes them tick, and partially to strangle him slowly while he told me.
Okay, I guess Montana. Keep in mind, Montana, we're trying, like, I mean, it's per person, so it's more if you want to get it for yourself. There's the commendation for doing these with just the pistol. That's why you see me and Sigs using that. Oh yeah, I should grab smart cover thing. Or just first aid. To go along with them. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Found Amherst's apartment. It's across the courtyard. But it looks like the direct route is blocked. You'll have to find another way there.
Oh God, no, no! You animals! You animals!
So actually, maybe let's on the next one. Let's swap roles.
We'll send someone out
If
to
you have a
round up
healer
any survivors
Sigs, I
and get
can
them back
go.
here safely.
I have a
You're
pistol
clearing the path
sentry.
for them, so just keep going.
No, I'll go a bit faster. Oh, yeah, actually, also, I'm kind of forgetting. Not legendary. Oh, try it. Oh. Didn't. Expecting it to reach down here. But...
The apartment is upstairs. If Amherst is the author of the virus, he must have left some evidence. People like that don't destroy the proof of what they've done.
one higher.
Have a look around. It might have been looted, but whoever was in there probably wasn't looking for documents or hard drives.
And did you get
It's
lucky and
always
find
super
Amherst there?
clunky.
Bring him in so I can ask a few.
We won't get that lucky. We never do.
Well, I can dream.
And he doesn't see him.
I hope you found what we're looking for. It's high priority, so I routed an extraction chopper for you. But you'll have to secure the rooftop before it can touch down. Don't play with fire. Get the evidence back here safely.
Guys, you got him right here. Let's take this brother
Keep it up, Agent. We need that rooftop cleared so we can pull the evidence out.
Then, going for now. I'm just getting the non-met back and pistol one. But all of those are also kind of personal, so it doesn't per se matter if I... Unless maybe after this one swap, if you're willing to go the healer rat, I can go grab that
Normally
pistol
this chopper
sentry.
is for pickups from the dark zone only,
That one's
pulling out
already
highly contaminated
a lot more
material.
powerful than this.
For the current op, we'll make an exception.
Like a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's not. I now realize how close I'm getting.
Lighthouse, this is Bluebird 2. Ready to retrieve the package.
The mark is actually, yeah, pretty short. And as long as I'm in my hive, just gonna put more hive. Healing station is the correct term.
Lighthouse, this is Bluebird 2. Package acquired and we are returning to base. Bluebird 2 out.
Alert.
Here.
Friendly division agent is down.
Don't let up. Give me a moment here. Come on, give it a handful.
Can get it out in time. Just gonna drop my have or drop my station, but really didn't want to. Okay.
Get ready, gas grenade. Got me stuck. Making it nice and easy.
Them. There's one more. Let's just replace.
The chopper with the evidence is inbound on HQ. I know we took civilian losses, but there would have been a
they
lot
count
more if you
as
hadn't been there.
medkits.
Excellent work, Agent.
Which is good. They count for the pistol one and stuff as well. They use anything but a pistol, so one would think so. Yeah, so this counted. Pistol Pete counted. Okay. Then let's maybe, yeah, if you guys are okay with it, I'm just gonna go park this character in terminal. I'm gonna swap character and then come back in with a character that actually has a pistol build. And then if you're okay, go in healer 6. Should have just logged that.
Let's get
Done
back.
the same. Because yeah, I actually have a sentry over here. Those weren't hard anyway, so it's not too big of a... Anyway, we should take the highest difficulty and also, yeah, try to get like the combined hits, because there's actually one for that as well. That one's not too hard. I would also go through in matchmaking. And if you guys stick together, I'll join back on you guys. Present even in superior caches. So the superior caches are the 3 gear sets. So it's all 3 of them. Starting out, yeah, just buy a bunch of superior caches, because overall you'll likely get better results from that than Lone Star, because you want to get just in general the parts, and then yeah, you don't need it yet to be like super specific. And there's also the commendation where it kind of depends, yeah, if you're gonna play it a lot. Leader. So let's already set up Hudson refugee
Agent,
camp.
we, meaning Dr. Candle,
Critical
need you to
again.
secure the Hudson rail.
For different G. You can only save 10k.
The yard
There's
has
a
become
limit to
tent city
it.
for the
And
destitute
like
and desperate.
now
The
already
people
you
forced out of
would
every
be,
place
you
else
know,
end up here.
doing one HVT
What we're
set
looking for
already
is
puts you on
blood
like
samples
7k
from
or
those
something.
refugees, clean
You're
ones,
better off kind
sick
of
ones,
spending it a
and
little.
ones who might have survived the dollar flu for Dr.
Well,
Candle
depends
to
on,
work
well,
her
yeah,
magic on.
kind of depends on
So if you secure the site,
if you're
we can
going
do
to
the
play
rest.
with much or not at all. Let's keep going.
Agent, it's Dr. Candle. I want to stress to you the vital importance of safeguarding any civilians you may come across. The math says some of those people must have survived the dollar flu. That means they've got antibodies to it that I need to have a hope in hell of fighting this thing. And the ones who are just sick, having a broader genetic diversity of virus samples will help us track the virus's rate of mutation, which is a long way to say, keep those people alive until I get what I need from them. Got that? Great.
Echo available for playback nearby.
And again, on this one, I'm gonna try to not use any med packs and try to only use pistol. Getting those 2 commendations in the bag. Keep forgetting, yeah, I already forgot how shields work in Division 1. Which is that if I don't put them away or press the button again, the only thing that happens is that we toss them away then. But what I can do is run, and then the character will just put it away. That will get me here. Wait, what?
Warning.
What happened?
Agent on your team is down.
Oh, was that not
Requires assistance.
that high?
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Need a moment to refuel. And for your own good. Remember why you're here.
You level out. And,
Push them into the plane. Don't let them walk away. Get ready. Gas grenade. Hey, gas grenade out. Ready to give it up?
this guy's damage is. Oh, wait, is that? Okay. It's kind of confusing actually with the other healing. Okay. Oh, respawn me a sec. So again, now the set's done. Yep. Oh yes, of course, I'm not her.
Agent, you need to hear this. Faye tells me the cleaners are holding the entire Tent City prisoner.
That's what it looks like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go?
Wherever the biggest concentrations are. Refugee camps, shantytowns.
Also, yeah, you'll get so
Jesus,
much
you don't
that
think
you're better off like not wasting
Draconian
any and
solution.
just spending
Highly
it here as
effective.
well.
Sure, if you're a genocidal maniac. You ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this
Yeah,
thing?
we're not. Well, that's kind of
Every day, Doctor. Every day. Good luck, agents.
I just need to watch out whose hive or whose healing station is which. Because we're going for the other one. Actually, wait, do we already have the ambusher? I should get these guys on hard.
Warning. Contamination levels increasing.
You hear that, Agent? You're walking into the teeth of it now. Don't forget what I said about keeping any infected refugees alive.
I think it pass on the
obviously
right
you're
side.
going to try
here.
and keep them
I guess
all alive,
the chairs
but I need
there.
those virus
Is that-
samples,
pretty sure
and I
we can pass
really
here,
need
right?
viable antibody samples from survivors. So keep them extra alive, I guess. You know what I'm saying. I'm going back to work now. Candle out.
Because let's maybe do the full set of missions on just hard with these settings. These out of the way for now. And then that'll likely be it for me for today. Should actually grab a pistol that's easier to headshot with. This thing isn't per se. Isn't that? Oh, and RG then we get the
Warning. Chemical signature of
Wait
explosives
here.
detected.
Confirmed. It's Napalm B, all right. With that much capacity, they must be planning to burn out the whole damn yard. And when they do, they're gonna kill every last refugee in that shanty town. We need that tank moved somewhere safe.
They're just the NPCs from behind. Their thing is so weird and echoey. their conversation. Oh. Probably didn't make it. I was like, I can kill them all, but turns out that wasn't the case. Unlikely what we'll do once we try to do it with the Incursion in the coming days at some point. We'll likely do it just one by one. We'll run it together, and then we'll have like each time one person kind of. Well, that's set it up here. Can we get the heavies here? I think we wouldn't.
Okay, Agent. As soon as you lock the situation down, I've got a joint Sarah JTF strike force ready to move in. They'll take samples from as many refugees as they can find.
Medical personnel?
A couple of EMTs in the mix, Doctor? Yes.
A couple? As in only 2?
The rest are first aid certified. They know how to tap a vein. Get going, Agent.
Without contaminating the samples, I assume.
Or infecting themselves. Yes.
I know the good pistol for optimal range, actually.
Thank you, Doctor. Get moving, Agent.
Please speak. Reload.
This is Dr. Candle. Sampling team, can you hear me?
Patel here. Go ahead, Doctor.
Oh, Lieutenant, good. Listen, I need you guys to log intake info from everybody you get a sample from. Age, gender, ethnicity, general state of health on a 10-point scale. Then label and group the samples according to...
I'm guessing there's...
Excuse me, Doctor.
Another part
but maybe
to
this
that
could wait
question.
until we get confirmation the op is actually complete.
You saying you don't have faith in your agent?
Just focusing on the task at hand. Lieutenant, you'll radio the doctor as soon as the area is secured.
Yes, ma'am. Don't worry, Doctor. We'll get it all worked out.
I hope so. It's only the survival of the human species we're talking about.
Copy that, Doc. Patel out.
You know the situation. It's too late for these people here. They're dead, every one of them. But it's not too late for us. If we do what we gotta do, it might not be too late for the rest of the country. So go to work.
Especially with the red glow, it's kind of hard to. That helps. Extra fire on top. That makes it easier to see.
You know what's at stake. Everybody go in.
Forgot again how my build works, or how my skill at least works. Is that I don't put my shield away when I get it like that. Is there actually a fixed regen build? In Div1 days.
Agent, if you can find the crane controls, drop that tank
is that
someplace
TDI card? No, that only exists in Division 2. The card 45 was not a weapon in Div1. It was actually added later on in Div2's life. This is X45, I think. Yeah, X45. Although, yeah, you wouldn't per se want to have this one. Should I actually swap it as well here? We're not going to be in close range. Yeah, I still need to get better ones than I have. Also, some of these needs optimization stuff. So I should go with that. Well, that was the thing, right? I like the handling of the M45, and now let's just take them.
That should do it, Agent. Solid work.
Yes, good work. Now, sample team, listen up. Like I was saying, I'm going to need those blood samples labeled and organized so we can track corroborating factors. Let's move this discussion to a different channel so we don't bore the agent.
Something that doesn't remember the thing. That's 2 down. And 2 down there. Yeah, let's take it to the subway morgue. And do some more. Hard to get the shotgun kill script. Yeah. Oh yeah. That one especially is going to be easier to just grind solo, I think. Because worst case as well, you could just bum rush one of these missions where there's a few enemies at the start and just bum rush them, die, and then kind of reset and re-go.
Sarah was using the site as a mass grave, which explains why the cleaners have targeted it. Avoid contact if possible, but do what you have to do to make sure Rhodes gets us the juice we need. That is, if he's still alive.
Locating auxiliary relay. Target acquired. Sub-level 3.
Get that job done.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
You guys were above them.
Burn it out.
Doesn't count.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these missions, especially the ones that just have a hard, I barely know them.
Word here is that Rhodes is a bit of a wild card. He's got the skills we need, but he's a little eccentric. Which is a nice way of saying he's a paranoid jackass.
In Chicago, let's skip the mark for 6. It's upload, it's on the first one, and how many worse. For the servers and the recall. Okay. Now the Mark 46 is generally a little bit better than the other two. But yeah, the skin, I generally go with the M249 B, which has the cool skin. That definitely makes a difference. Also, just all 3 of them are so close to each other that it's barely a difference.
Intel that there are multiple cleaner teams on site. They're looking to burn out the infection, along with anyone who tries to stop them. Be careful.
Oh yeah. Or just die after it, like there's people, if you bum rush stuff to shotgun range. I'm not sure if there's a good way to because we could add Medved. Medved might be actually a good one. Something that can have a little bit more range.
This project was intended as an extension of the subway system. They didn't get to finish it before the dollar flu hit. Then again, construction in New York always runs on its own schedule.
Okay, we do need it on higher difficulties.
Activate power relay.
Gold skin for 9B, yeah. Even has 2 gold skins.
Confirmed. Local power grid online.
Whoever just turned on the lights, you're either JTF or you're really fucking lost. Either way, thanks.
Warning. Now entering a contaminated area.
I mean, it doesn't matter what like damage-wise and stuff it is. It's just that it has the range at least to kind of reach out. Because yeah, you do need the enemies to have the contagion on.
Activate secondary power relay.
Especially on like hard missions, like doesn't matter what it is. As long as you can.
Ah, shit.
Like it doesn't matter
This
that if
job's
it's
gonna
the
take more
damage
hands than I've got. You think you can follow directions? Because I'm gonna need your help.
Whatever assistance you need, we can handle it.
Good. Because I need some relay boxes swapped out.
I'll mess around with that actually, because you could also likely get some heads in with that. So stop bobbing and weaving. Is there stacks to it? I will pay attention to. Sometimes it feels so much stronger than other times. Okay, damn it. It was going to get away. Because you get a buff on kill.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Son of a bitch. It's actually working. No more bleeding current into lower Manhattan. A couple more hacks like that, and we're in business.
Push them into my range. Light them up.
Are all of these mission against cleaners? Yeah, sure. That'll be interesting in trying to get that one other one.
Thought so.
With not
I
getting
think someone might have heard
contagions.
you.
But likely that's easiest done in
Warning.
in a
You are
group
now
setting.
entering
You
a
just
contaminated area.
hang way back. Let the others. Take the brunt. Wrench. Ew, yeah.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
I should watch out Montana with putting that healing down. Although, yeah, no, I just put that. Thing is that, like, your hive is a lot less than the other hive, so I think we're in that one, and then didn't realize till much later that we weren't. Oh yeah, that's fine. I just need to pay attention to where which hive.
Connect secondary power relay.
Treasure build collection. At some point, I might actually do a few of the builds from there, or the builds from that I have here. Mostly as well, actually, just for myself to kind of keep track of.
Leaving contaminated area. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position. Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Small waves. Cool. Yeah, luckily it's not no
Activate
downs
power
or
relay.
something like that.
There we go. Hope you can see in the dark, because I need you in the control room to wrap this thing up. Sooner we get out of this fucking crypt, the better.
I don't remember the spawn order here. Oh yeah, it's down there first, right? Down there, back there.
Testing.
Elevator.
Jesus, this thing is loud. Okay, getting to work in the control room now. Just want to give you a heads up. It's gonna get real dark real fast. Can't get power to the base unless I do a reboot, so everything's gonna shut down for a minute. Well, fuck me. They went top of the line with the generators. I guess Sandy taught someone in procurement a lesson, because these suckers can stand up to anything. They're a bitch to retool, but maybe we'll get lucky.
Well, likely it'll just be a folder in
It's alive.
the Division 2 build collection.
Oh, crap. Clean it. I thought you took care of these guys.
Oh yeah, mostly for myself, just to keep track of what gear I have that maybe I want to find better pieces for. One of the downsides as well of the ones kind of with classified gear sets. Oh, there. Because of classified gear sets. There's not much in the form of build for Riot. Not to the degree of like what would be. Okay. All back. Yeah, we're kind of just way too far away the whole time. Trying to be close. Yeah. No. I was hoping to get the kill before he got. But yeah, he went into hiding.
Warning. Hostiles inbound on your position.
Tell me that's more of your people in the elevator.
We don't have anyone else on site.
Then it's cleanest. And I'm fucked.
You are fucked. It's funny that it just works on names and stuff as well. You.
Jesus. All right, that's a wrap. System's clean, board is green, and we got enough juice to light this place up like Vegas. But lock everything down.
That was maybe actually around that out there. Oh, actually one mission left. We'll get to it tomorrow.
I'll follow you when I'm done. And that's all she wrote.
Oh, actually, we do need to go up. We'll get that one
You are now
tomorrow.
entering a safe area.
Because also, yeah, I'm gonna feel super low energy and I'm not playing great. So. And then tomorrow we can, likely tomorrow I'll first work on the video, the SHD exposed thing. The short
Agent,
for that.
looks like
and
the
then,
power grid is a lot more stable. Thanks to you, we're back in business. Rhodes is already on his way back in, so no need to give him an escort.
and then take it to jumping online pretty early, hopefully. Dinner time here. No, that works out.
Warning. You are now leaving the safe area.
Agent, I got something for you.
Let me see if anything useful comes out of these, maybe. That's actually an exotique. I'll just share that. That one should be shareable, so that will be good.
Your attention, please. Dr. Ellis will be continuing his lecture series this evening at 1900 hours.
Someone as well, actually, I need to take this character and just go around and get all the... I still haven't got all the comms on this character and stuff. We go around and get that, and then there'll be a bunch of those caches as well. We don't have SHG level or anything here, but we still have other useful things.
When you're ready to buy, I'll be here.
And yeah, in my case as well, I didn't get any classifieds, but if you want, it's not a good exotic, but just for getting the full set. So I don't even look at what stats it had, but nothing else. Let's buy one of those. Actually, I should check here if it is shared across characters. With one of the global events, it wasn't actually shared across the characters. So, I know, we got a ton of these marked headshot kills. Where's the other one? Okay, yeah, that's this one is shared again, so that's good. That works out. Let's pop it for the contents. 2 Lone Star pieces.
You want it, I got it.
Got myself there. Yeah.
You're gonna like what you see.
And yeah, thanks for poking in, Sigs and Montana. And yeah, hope you guys had some fun.
Alert, an agent has left your team.
That's it. We'll kind of call it on time as a kind of feeling low energy, which is understandable. I've been working the whole day and my mind is kind of gone. But we got to do a bunch of stuff with the build collection. That's kind of, you know, we even added in a measured assembly. No, that's not this. That's also not this, but we had a measured assembly build now as well. Could actually, you know what, just before I forget.
Do not, I repeat, do not feed the stray dogs near the perimeter.
Let's quickly.
Animals, and interacting with them is not safe.
Yeah. Let's edit this. So the command stays the same, but now it goes to also, yeah, Ma healer. And
come take a look.
And the link is that. That'll also likely be the only actually addition to the build collection. We'll still change some stuff up because yeah, that's why I have this one open. I'll see what I decide to do with this one. What am I changing it to become a conflict version of this, of a high-end version? Because I don't hate those in conflict either. But yeah, mess around with that. This Emma is in there. Or measured assembly-ness. And yeah, we'll see some. And yeah, so character 4 is basically done except for that build. Tomorrow we'll go through character 3. Kind of clean up those. And yeah, character 2 and 1 I can't do until until they get fixed. Because yeah, I can't log into them, which is a very big annoyance that I'm having. And then tomorrow as well, we'll come back to Div1. Play around in Div1 a little bit more as well. And yeah, thank you as well, Montana. This is Tinkerer replacing some of the coyotes in your builds. Yeah, likely when Tinkerer comes in. It's kind of, especially the OD. The ODs, like, it's a no-brainer to go, instead of coyote, red ODs, to go Tinkerer without, or to go from coyote to Tinkerer. Together. And then especially with sadist plus pressure point, or sadist plus vindictive. So why can't I log in with certain characters? They seem to be kind of just bugged. If I try to log in on them, there's other people that have the same issue, but if I try to load up I just get a delta 04 and just, yeah. And it's not one of those like, if I try it enough, it'll go through or something. I left the macro running one time just to press spacebar quite a bit, and it just errors out every single time. So I've actually made already a support ticket. This is my case that they maybe respond. Finally, no. But this one went up on 6th of June. The annoying thing was there was a weekend in between, right? So unlikely they're getting a bunch of a lot of reports coming in and such. Because I definitely know Heller has kind of the same issue. He can't log in into one of his characters. I can't log into two of my characters on main account, and the rest is kind of fine. And I was hoping the maintenance today would just fix it. Just, if everything's shut down and back up. The default things of verifying your game files. Oh yeah. I've tried running it on, like, at work and stuff, where different system, different settings, different internet connection. Everything's different there. So. But yeah, it's not on my end. It's basically something seems off, or something is corrupted with their save file, most likely. So hopefully they can help me fix those up. Who is it that I'm following? Oh yeah, let's just, for quickness sake, we're gonna go raid SFT, who's doing likely oh yeah, as always, kind of skirmish or last stands. So yeah, we'll round it out there. We're gonna send everybody off to SFD, who's matchmaking for some skirmish. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, likely a little bit earlier than regular, and we'll jump on first to some Division 2 with going through the build collection with Character 3. I don't have too much to do there with them, I think. So should be pretty quick, and then we'll jump back to Div1 and mess around even more there. So yeah, let's get that raid going on the Twitch end. Let me catch up some of those last ones. And hey there, Tommy, but also bye there, Tommy. You're catching the very tail end of it here. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Seconds for combinations. And yeah, it's just getting the kills in, right? And yeah, thanks everybody for the well wishes, and yeah, we'll send everybody off. I'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow as well the short for SHD Exposed will go up, although there's, if you want to kind of, it's not a hard global event on Division 2 end, but yeah, there's already only tips from a previous time already up, and I'll add to that an only tips, but then this time the short version, because the other one is kind of like a 10-minute video. This one will be a 3-minute one. But yeah, enough yapping for me. Hope to catch some, if not all of you, in the future. And as always, have a good night.